Chair recognizes Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, our government is moving forward with a plan to integrate and improve services for children, young people, and their families with multiple or complex needs. This child and youth-centered approach is known as the Integrated Service Delivery Framework, a very catchy phrase, Mr. Speaker. And I rise today on Dots for Kids Day to provide the House an update on our government's progress. Nous avons tout trop souvent entendu à la Chambre que des familles sont en crise en raison de manque de soutien coordonné pour traiter la situation complexe. Too often, situations escalate to the point of unnecessary incarceration and institutionalization. Too often, the cost for families and the cost for government is unbearable. The goal of integrated services for children, youth, and families, Mr. Speaker, is to provide a seamless range of quality services earlier and within the schools where children and youth are, and within the community where people live. Work to this end is well underway. This work was initiated under the previous government and is moving full force forward under the new Alward Government. Mr. Speaker, my cabinet colleagues and I are working to break down silos and barriers. We have already formed a ministerial committee, and as part of integrated service delivery, we are establishing streamlined intake and assessment processes, which will mean clear entry points for needed services, reduced duplication, and improved case follow-up and coordination. It means fewer chances for young people to fall through the cracks. Un enfant, un dossier, une équipe. Voilà la vision, Monsieur le Président. One child, one file, one team. This is the vision, Mr. Speaker. And we're putting it into practice. In Charlotte County and on the Acadian Peninsula, we started implementing a new framework this fall by offering the services young people need where they need them most, accessible in schools. Child and youth development teams have moved out of their offices and mobilized services into schools and in the community, allowing for increased prevention and earlier intervention, better coordination between service agencies, and more timely access, and continuous case management support and follow-up. The initial results so far have been very encouraging. For instance, in Charlotte County, the wait list at the local mental health clinic has been significantly reduced, and this just since September. More children and youth are being served, and we have only just begun. We're wrapping the community around the child. Pour certaines personnes, le changement ne semble peut-être pas énorme, mais pour les parlementaires de deux côtés de la Chambre, ainsi que pour les gens de .NB qui sont dans la tribune aujourd'hui, nous savons que la suppression des cloisonnements entre les ministères représente des progrès énormes. In addition to the integration of service across department lines, I'd like to specifically highlight the exceptional work being led by the Minister of Health to reform and improve mental health services for youth by implementing the landmark mental health strategy our government released this year. I'd also like to recognize, Mr. Speaker, the work the Minister of Social Development is doing to deliver on recommendations related to a Center of Excellence and improving upon research, best practices, and specialized tertiary care in our province. This is ongoing, and we look forward to further developments on this in the near future. Monsieur le Président, au cours de la nouvelle année, notre gouvernement fera encore participer davantage les partenaires communautaires au palier provincial, régional et local. Les gens veulent participer au travail en marche et nous nous en réjouissons. Mr. le President, Mr. Speaker, as implementation continues, the Integrated Service Delivery Framework, Mental Health Strategy, and Center of Excellence will work together to divert young people from the criminal justice system, child protection system, and institutionalization. Mr. Speaker, simply put, we are connecting the dots. Mr. Speaker, our government is convinced that these changes will make a profound and positive difference in the lives of New Brunswick children and families. Mr. Speaker, I want to again commend Dots NB, Maureen Billerman, the leadership of Bernard Richard, the board members, people in the province of New Brunswick on both sides of the House that are working in unity to make a difference significantly by integrating our services and helping children earlier, sooner, reducing duplication, and giving better service. Mr. Speaker, thank you. We can do it, we will do it, and we'll do it together. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.